What up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. First of all, I want to start this video off by saying Happy New Year's to everybody, and thanks for coming back supporting the channel. Today, I wanted to talk about, I was just curious as to what got everybody started or interested in the firearms, and just share my journey, how I got wrapped up into this game of firearms. And I was just curious to see what everybody else, how y'all journey, got started in the firearms. So hang out with me and I'm gonna tell y'all my quick little story.
Yeah.
What's the name of that nightclub of yours again?
You talking about the Boom Boom Room?
Yeah, the Boom Boom Room. That's it.
Alright, so for me, my journey started off in 2003, and the reason why I got interested in the firearms was around 2003, me and my, at the time, girlfriend, we were about to move into our first apartment together, and I just felt like, me being the man of the house, I needed some type of protection, some type of way to be able to protect my household and my girlfriend at the time. So I didn't know much about firearms. All I know is I wanted something. I ain't know what caliber, I ain't know anything about calibers. I just kind of wanted something cheap, something that that I could afford, and I mean, just something. I ain't know too much, so I went to the gun store, and I was looking for guns that was in my price range, and I came across something that it looked alright, and it was around a decent price. I can't even remember. Once I paid like $300 or $400 for this gun here. This is my 380. This is a Taurus Millennium. This gun is empty, no mag in the chamber. But this was the first gun that I got, and when I bought this gun, at the time when I got my gun, you didn't have to take the range part. You didn't even really have to take a class. All you had to do was pay the fee, take a background check, and it was a waiting period. I forgot how long the waiting period was, but then they called you and told you that you could come and pick up your gun. So when I picked up the gun, I brought it home, looked at it, I was like, oh, it's a cool little gun. It could fit in my pocket. So you can see how big it is compared to my hand. And what I did was I just threw it in the drawer. I threw it in my clothes drawer underneath some clothes, and that's where the gun stayed for years and years. I mean, I brung it out the house a couple of times, but one of my older cousins, he pretty much, since I didn't have range time with it, I never took this gun to the range. I kind of got like street lessons, if that's a good way to put it. So one of my cousins kind of gave me a quick little rundown, how to rack a round in the chamber, how to clear the round in the chamber and all of that. And this was just like a quick little speed lesson in the car real quick. So at that time, I still hadn't taken the gun to the range or nothing. And years went by, all the way up until the pandemic. And during the pandemic is when I stopped, because everybody was locked in the house. So me I don't like being stagnant, sitting around doing nothing. So I kind of was like looking for something creative that was of my interest to get into. And I started doing a lot more research on upgrading guns. So me and my wife together started looking for guns, and we ended up going to take we had to take a HQL class, but because I was a previous owner, since I bought this gun in 2003, I was grandfathered into those laws at the time, which means I didn't have to take the HQL class. But I did have to do like another fingerprint run and another background check for me to buy any future guns. So that qualified me to get an HQL license. And after that, I just started doing research on all different types of guns. In my mind, I kind of wanted like an AR-15 and maybe a better handgun. So around that time, during the beginning of the pandemic, if y'all remember, a lot of AR-15s were like out of stock. Ammo was out of stock. So when we finally found an AR-15 that was in stock, I ended up getting my AR pistol, my St. Victor. And that turned out to be, I want to say that's my favorite gun in my collection. And I bought another handgun, was my M&P 2.0 9mm. And they both were real good guns, so I felt like I made good decisions, and I didn't have any regrets on those guns. But yeah, that was my journey. Started off with this gun here, and now I think I'm up to like 10 or 11 guns. And I remember in the beginning, I always said that all I need is just a handgun and an AR, and I'm gonna stop there. I ain't gonna need nothing else. From there, all I'm gonna do is just upgrade the guns, kind of make them my own. Well, I said that to my FFL dealer, who was a cool guy. His name was Milton. If you watching this video, shout out to you, Milton. But you got me started on this journey. I remember you telling me that, yeah, you'll be back. And I was like, nah, this is it for me. I only need these 2 guns. He said, yeah, okay, that's what they all say. And I was like, yeah, all right, we'll see. But it was right. So even during the time when I got those guns, it still took me like some months before I ended up taking it to the range. For some reason, I don't know. I think I was a little bit nervous to go to the range because I ain't want to look like a noob at the range, looking like this guy got these guns and he don't even know what he doing with them. So I guess it was a little something about feeling embarrassed or ashamed in the gun range. So then one day, my cousin called me and he was like, what up, Twan? What you doing? I was like, nothing, I'm in here chilling. And he was like, you trying to hit the range? And I was like, the range? All right. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna swing through, we're gonna hit the range. And that was that. I was nervous, I ain't gonna lie. I was nervous, and when we went to the, because at this time, I had this 380, but I had never shot it. I had never shot in the gun. Even though I bought the gun in 2003, I hadn't shot it. So it's just been sitting in my drawer. And I always wanted to get some range time, but I never caught up with nobody who wanted to go to the range with me. And the years just flew past, and I never ended up going to the range. And so my cousin, if you watching this video, Kareem, I don't even know if you know that was my first time shooting a gun that day we went to the range. So the first gun that I actually shot was an AR-15, was my St. Victor. And yeah, when I shot it, from there, for me starting with an AR-15, anything that I shot from there on down, like smaller calibers, it felt comfortable to me because of shooting the AR-15, at least shooting that particular AR-15. if y'all familiar with the St. Vic AR pistol, you know that those guns are very, very loud. I mean, I'm talking about probably going to be one of the loudest guns that you hear in the range if you in the range with somebody with a AR pistol. From there, when I shot my 9, I was like, oh, this is easy compared to shooting an AR-15. I don't know. I love both guns. I would say shooting a rifle feels a little more comfortable to me than shooting a pistol. But I'm more accurate with a pistol. Crazy. But I don't know, something about shooting an AR, it feel right. And especially that AR. I love the trigger on the St. Vic. And from there, I shot my 380 after shooting the AR-15, then shooting the 9mm, shooting this 380 here. This felt like shooting a cap gun. Felt like a toy. But yeah, that's how I got started. And from there, I started watching all these different YouTube videos and getting curious about other guns, learning about AR-10s, and then I wanted the AR-10. So ended up getting the AR-10. That was another fun gun to shoot. And then I don't know. Then the M&P Metal came out, and I just loved the way that gun looked. And my first 9mm, because I was so inexperienced with firearms, I felt like I needed to have a gun with the safety, with a manual safety on the side. Now, the more that I've grown into firearms, I don't feel comfortable with a gun with a safety, because if it was a stressful situation, I feel like my mind would be, and I know this comes with training, but I feel like my mind would be trying to remember, damn, which way is lock and unlock for the safety, and you don't want to pull the trigger and it don't go bang when you need it to go bang. So my next handgun, I got the M&P Metal without the safety, and to this day, that gun has been my EDC. I really like the way it feels. I like everything about that gun. I like the way it handles recoil. I love the accuracy of it, and I've never had that gun jam on me, and it's been a reliable gun for me. So yeah, that was my journey, and that's how I got caught up into it. And then, like, from there, other guns would come out that just started looking cool to me. Like my Helion. The Helion is a cool looking gun to me, and I was like, man, I need that Helion. That thing look good. And when I got it, that was another fun gun to shoot. So just shooting different guns and just getting a feel for them, finding out what you like and what you don't like about these particular guns. It was a cool, fun journey for me, and it's not over yet, because the next gun that I have on my wish list is I do want a sniper rifle, and I almost bought one for myself for Christmas, but then I started thinking, I was like, hold on, let me chill, let me build my savings up a little bit more, and then I jump out there, and then maybe even the gun might go down in price, because right now I got my eye on the Ruger Precision Rifle chambered in 300 Win. So that'll probably be the next gun that I get. On one of my previous videos, I shared with y'all that I bought, I got a shotgun. I got the KS7, and I never really been a fan of shotguns. I got that gun just to have in my collection, just in case of a SHTF situation, but I still haven't gotten that gun to the range. My range that I go to, they don't allow you to shoot shotguns, so that's that. And it'll probably be the same thing when I get the sniper rifle, where I have to find me an outdoor range where I could stretch that gun out. But that'll probably be the next gun that I get. But yeah, that was my journey into firearms, and I was just curious to find out how some of you guys got caught up into this hobby that we are like, where you introduced to it through the military, where you introduced to it through just the streets, where you introduced to it just through, however, I'm curious to hear some of you guys' journey, how y'all got caught up into firearms. So with that being said, I'm gonna get on out of here, and I wanna thank y'all for checking out the video, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.